Welcome back. And the Hedera blockchain and HBAR community are going to be happy to hear this. BlackRock's fund is now tokenized on the Hedera blockchain. And even though there was massive FUD about this announcement and, articles like this, Hedera's HBAR pumps 96% on misinterpreted BlackRock announcement. Looks pretty clear to me. HBAR Foundation posted this on X saying, "Today we witness real world asset history as BlackRock's US Treasury money market fund is tokenized on Hedera with ArchAX and Onera, marking a major milestone in asset management by bringing the real world assets on chain from the world's largest asset manager." This is a pretty clear thing, right? Nowhere here did I read that BlackRock specifically chose Hedera. It says that Hedera is the blockchain that tokenized a fund for BlackRock through these money managers. So what in the Hedera blockchain is going on here? That's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. Let's get into it. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. We upload every single day and try to give you guys my unbiased opinion. Today, we're going to be going through all of this, understanding what happened, why this was misinterpreted, and what the money management company, ArchX, are actually saying about this fund and whether BlackRock even knows about it. Because a lot of people have been asking me about this story and why I haven't already covered it. And part of the reason I haven't covered it is I'm trying to figure out, am I misinterpreting something? But I'm not. And if you guys are holding HBAR, you guys are not either. So anyway, give the video a thumbs up. Let's get into all of this drama. Now, we read this tweet. It's very clear to me that BlackRock has a fund that was tokenized on Hedera. Whether Larry Fink ordered this money market fund to be tokenized on Hedera or not, to me, is meaningless, right? Whether it's a low-level manager, whether it's ArchX is making this decision, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is the fund is on Hedera. And who owns the fund? BlackRock owns the fund. So yes, they are involved and they know about Hedera. So where is the misinterpretation? Well, according to Cointelegraph's article on this whole situation, the widely misinterpreted announcement shared that BlackRock trading and infrastructure firms, ArchX and Onera, tokenized BlackRock's fund on their network. Agree. Very clear. Some crypto influencers with a large following shared misinterpretations of the post, believing it to mean that BlackRock was responsible for the $22 billion fund's move onto the blockchain or partnered with ArchX and Onera. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. One Cardano community, influence, I don't even want to use that word, said that BlackRock had no involvement with Hedera's development and slam HBAR for the way it framed the announcement. Interesting, Cardano is yelling at other ecosystems for how they frame things. What had happened was HBAR project, he said, through a secondary market tokenized shares of a BlackRock fund. Much like I can buy a Rolex and take a pic and post it on my X, doesn't mean Rolex partnered with him. But ArchX co-founder and CEO replied, saying that it was indeed an ArchX choice to put BlackRock funds on Hedera, and added that everyone involved was aware. Do you think that BlackRock would give their money to a fund manager overseeing $22 billion if they didn't have a good relationship and were able to for a decision like this, putting money on chain, you don't think that they would have the conversation with the company? But again, maybe to the Cardano ecosystem, unless Larry Fink orders it himself, it's not a BlackRock fund. Listen, at the end of the day, here's the deal, guys. We are in a new cycle. We are in a new freaking cycle. And as I've explained, we're looking at the projects that are getting real world usage, that are getting adoption, and that are being used from traditional finance. One of the reasons I've been pushing USDC so hard on a lot of these blockchains from an investability standpoint is because USDC is the TradFi connector. So if your blockchain doesn't have USDC, you are not getting any of the TradFi coming into your ecosystem, period. Bottom line. That's not what Cryptoviser is saying. That's what the data is saying. That's what the data is saying. Look at Solana's volume. Look at Solana's stablecoin usage. Look at the transaction throughput on Solana. Look at all the other blockchains that have had USDC for over a year. All their metrics across the board go up because it allows people to go in and out of DeFi from TradFi in a safe environment, in a regulated environment, and where they know the funds are there. That's why I talk about USDC so much. And so now Hedera is getting a BlackRock fund tokenized. Does it matter whether, to me, it wouldn't even matter whether it was BlackRock, whether it was ARK Invest, whatever money manager it was, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is that their fund and these multi-million or billion-dollar fund managers, they know that they need a secure and safe environment to watch their funds. So to me, this doesn't even have to do with BlackRock. This has to do with Hedera is getting a tokenized fund. And why are they tokenizing the fund? To make transfer of ownership easy, to make ownership and titling easy, to make a history of ownership and who is the current owner easy to understand. It's on a public ledger, on chain. And I mean, there's so many benefits here. And everybody's focused on this misinterpretation. I mean, even without the CEO responding, and by the way, we're about to go through his 18 tweet thread on X about this situation, it wouldn't matter because the bottom line is Hedera still has a fund, a money market fund tokenized on Hedera. Bottom line. And so for me, congratulations to Hedera. Congratulations to HBAR Foundation. Congratulations to every holder of HBAR. And I'm not a holder of HBAR, by the way. But this tells me, I'm just going to show you guys something on the coin market cap. And by the way, if you are new to this channel, make sure you are subscribed. We upload every single day of the year. And also while you're down there, give the video a thumbs up and let me know what you guys think about this whole Hedera situation, because I think that this is just FUD to kind of take away the shine from what they have actually done, which is huge stuff. And by the way, the marketing guy for Hedera, like the head of marketing, he actually responded to this tweet about BlackRock obviously knowing that their fund is going to be tokenized on Hedera. He said, we had to wait for BlackRock to sign off to include them in the release, like the press release. So yes, they know. Of course they know. We know that. The haters don't care. Why? Because look at this. The top 10, top 20, top 30 cryptos are about to be shaken up, in my view. This cycle, it's about delivery, right? Deployment of the technology. Either you have it or you don't. If you have it, you're going to be in the top 50. If you don't, buy. You're going to be out of the top 50. That's not what I want. I don't control these markets. I just analyze the markets. I've analyzed where the money is flowing, where the companies are flowing, right? And so when I look at where Hedera is on the chart, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. Hedera, Aptos, Internet Computer, Polygon, and Near Protocol. These 5 ecosystems, just in themselves, have so much usage, so much adoption, so much building from pretty big, leaders who were with a lot of these different companies. And these are in the top 25. Aptos 26, but we'll just say top 25. These 5, they are moving very rapidly into the top 15. And then they're going to be moving rapidly into the top 10, in my belief, right? Because just generally speaking, from a valuation perspective, understanding what these blockchains have from a technological front and from a usage and adoption front today, not what they want in 5 years from now, what they have today. Remember, we are analyzing the market that we have in front of us. So when people say, but Cryptoviser, Ethereum is going to do this in 6 months. It's like, okay, but that's in 6 months. We're talking about today. Because maybe it won't happen in 6 months. Maybe they'll never deploy the technology. Maybe they'll have delays. Maybe it won't work. Maybe there'll be another narrative that picks up, right? I don't know. So we are looking at the market today, what it is today. No more with the promises of this is what we're going to have tomorrow. Don't care about that. We do not care. It is about today. So when we look at the top 25, right, I'm going to tell you guys which coins I think are going to lose ranking. XRP, out of the top 10. Toncoin, out of the top 10. Cardano, out of the top 10. The meme coins, probably not. Tron, it's probably going to keep losing rank. Bitcoin Cash probably will keep losing rank. Bitcoin Cash is a big question mark, though, in my view, because it is a big alternative to Bitcoin, which some people think that it has gotten too centralized, but whatever. I think it's still going to lose rank. Chainlink, Near, Polygon, Internet Computer, Hedera, and Aptos, I think, are going to gain rank. And they already are, by the way. They already are. And since this channel, we've really kind of been moving, really May 1, we completely eliminated Cardano coverage from this channel, and we are really moving heavily into Internet Computer. And since we've really started looking at the Internet Computer ecosystem, guys, the technology is there. I mean, we already see it. The development is there. They've been developing these things through the bear market. When nobody believed in Internet Computer, nobody believed in DFINITY because of their launch, which a lot of it, I think, was out of Internet Computer developers' hands, right? I think a lot of that was FTX manipulation. But that's neither here nor there. Near Protocol, AI, NVIDIA, right? They're all kind of like connected in the same group. Polygon, the premier layer 2 for Ethereum. Hedera, real world assets are being tokenized on chain. And Aptos, right? The next Solana. These are all ranking up. And this is a threat to all of the other cryptos that are higher ranked than them. And so, yeah, they're going to say, no, Cryptoviser, no, crypto fans. Hedera didn't really do this. This is just a fake tweet. This is a misguided tweet. I mean, I'm not interpreting it at all that BlackRock's Larry Fink said, get this on Hedera. And I don't think anybody actually believed that's what happened. So meanwhile, the CEO and co-founder of ArchAx, which is the registered, basically they say the first UK registered crypto asset trading venue and regulated digital asset exchange for all your real world asset needs. He wrote, fund tokenization. ArchAx is a FCA regulated broker, custodian, and exchange registered crypto asset provider in the UK. They believe financial assets are moving on chain, equity, debt, and funds. You name it, we think it's heading on chain. Since 2018, he said they've been carefully navigating the regulations to the point that they're at now, where everyone is talking about real world assets. He said, we see a lot of real world asset tokenization projects appear, but often they look like securities without the appropriate regulation or ecosystem. We try to ensure everything we do is compliant. So he's talking about some nuances here and there. We're going to kind of skip around, but basically he talks about issuances of financial assets have records of ownership. He says if he sets up a company, he usually has a cap table showing the owners, right, who invested in this company and what ownership they have. That can be kept on a piece of paper, Excel spreadsheet, database, or distributed ledger technology. The medium doesn't matter as long as you have one. For a normal business, that's pretty straightforward. When you enter the world of securities, things become more convoluted, he says. Often, the entity on the cap table is a custodian on behalf of an investor, right? So you hire a fund, or you buy into some type of index fund or mutual fund or ETF, right? And then the ETF is investing on behalf of their customers, right? And so he said the legal title holder who sits on the cap table holding the assets for the UBO. And so there can be many chain of custody, both local and international. He says, one of the things that we've worked on for years is how do you tokenize a fund correctly? A lot of thinking is similar to that captured by Thea.org in their blueprint for UK fund tokenization. He says the point is when people talk about tokenizing a fund, there are a bunch of ways to achieve it. The utopian vision is for the fund to be natively digital, whereby the books and records of the digital owners of the fund are recorded on chain, and movement on chain causes the first level of ownership to change. In reality, this is difficult for a bunch of reasons, which include cost, regulations, and the way custodians and investors interact with these products. Therefore, most tokenization projects you see are where counterparties hold the underlying tokenizes their books and records. Arch acts as looking at both natively digital funds and tokenized books and records. In the case of BlackRock, Arch acts has been instructed by their clients to invest in their funds. Therefore, from the investment manager's perspective, they see our nominee company as the legal title holder. On Archax's side, they maintain beneficial ownership of their investors. And it's these that have been tokenized. You invest via Archax, you receive tokens representing your investment. Since they are our records, he says, we get to choose the blockchain. And so this is a new world of technology, right? Real world assets on chain. And so understanding how this all works and understanding whether it's Larry Fink that's choosing it or not, it doesn't matter, guys. That's like saying, oh, but Cryptoviser, Grayscale has our favorite crypto. And I'm like, yeah, but they only hold a little bit. That's from a usage and a volume standpoint, understanding how the price is going to be affected. But that doesn't take away the fact that Grayscale, which is a Wall Street titan for crypto, has chosen a crypto for their fund. And that's a huge, huge step. It's a huge step because that's saying that Wall Street thinks that that coin is going to perform well, right? And so even though it may only be a little bit of an amount in the fund, maybe just $1 million, and Grayscale oversees $30 billion, for a crypto that never was in a Wall Street fund or never chosen as an institutional investment, that's big. BlackRock's money market fund being tokenized on Hedera with Archax to prove ownership, that's big. And I would imagine this is probably not the only thing that Hedera has up its sleeve. And the reason I say this, I go back to my thesis of the market generally speaking. The projects that are going to do well have built products through the bear market. Bear markets are for building. We've been saying that for years on this channel. Bull markets are for deploying. And we're in a bull market. And so we see one deployment here on HBAR. There's other ecosystems. They got nothing. They got nothing. We're already in May. They got nothing. But HBAR, we should take away this amazing milestone from HBAR Foundation and Hedera blockchain and all the holders and all the people that put this together and pretend that BlackRock has no idea that their fund is being tokenized on Hedera when BlackRock is literally exploring all of these blockchain ecosystems. So in my view, no, there's no misinterpretation. There's misinterpretation from ecosystems that maybe were like, shit, I can't believe Hedera got this. And they're like, wait, this is not actually BlackRock. Larry Fink didn't say put it on Hedera. This is a sham. This is a sham. These are the chains that are going to do well. I'm telling you guys. Same thing was said about Internet Computer. They don't have any technology. Oh, it was a complete rug pull. And I really thought when Internet Computer launched, this was a failure, like forever. But then we realized it's all manipulated, the price perspective. That's why they had a failed launch, right? The price went $800 to $2, the only cryptocurrency in history of the world that hit $600 before it hit $10. First history in history, right? So these are the cryptos I'm watching. I don't necessarily own them at this time, right? So that's why I always say, do your own research. Don't make investment choices based on what I say. Near Protocol, Polygon, Internet Computer, Hedera, and Aptos, I am getting more and more bullish on as the days go on. And the more FUD that we see about these blockchains, the more I am assured that these blockchains are going to do extremely well. Because there is a threat in this top 25. And some of these projects know that they're about to get downgraded. And some of these are going to get upgraded. And I don't see why Hedera should not have a higher price than before this announcement. And it does have a higher price than before the announcement. Although it did pump almost 90, almost 100% up. I mean, it went from about 9 cents all the way up to about 18 cents and then came back down to where it is when I'm recording this, around 13 cents. There'll probably be some more downside because these pumps based on just announcements don't typically last. But it's an underlying. Um, it's a sign to me that Hedera has been building, and now they're deploying. And so you're going to see a lot of projects over the next few weeks deploying. You need to look for, are they connecting to real world assets? Are they connecting to TradFi? How much interoperability do they have? These are the questions that are going to determine the next year and a half of where these markets are going to go and where these individual assets are going to go. And I've heard it from you guys for years. People have been saying, look at HBAR, look at HBAR. I think we've done a few videos on it, but we haven't really done a big deep dive. So keep an eye out because I am going to be doing a deep dive into the Hedera blockchain, and we will. It's going to be like one of those Explore videos, exploring Aptos, exploring Internet Computer, exploring Hedera. We'll go into what the ecosystem looks like, what the development looks like, what the tokenomics look like, and then maybe even price predictions in that video. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about the Hedera blockchain and about all of this, BlackRock fund being tokenized by these two fund managers. Give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Crypto on.